Okay. Good afternoon and welcome you to Estes Field on the campus of Central Methodist University. We got a baseball doubleheader there taking as Central Methodist takes on Park University. This is my 2000th Central Methodist baseball game, Central Methodist game, and the 1200th baseball game in my career. Central Methodist under head coach Nate Breland, they are 28 and 12, 16 and 4 in the conference. Park under head coach Kerry Lundy is 14 and 24, 8 and 16 in the conference. A week ago today, Central Methodist baseball swept the doubleheader with Missouri Valley, winning the first game 7-3, and game number 2 11-0 there, and that 11-0 victory on a one-hitter by Marcus Pritchard. While Park this past Wednesday, they lost the doubleheader to Benedictine. They lost the first game 8-4, second game 6-4 as well. If you look at the numbers there, hitting-wise for Central Methodist, Allen West, 413 average, 8 homers, 25 RBIs. Of course, the senior from Louisville, great visit with him. And I think his family should be coming in there as well. I think he told me, I think his mom and dad, and I think his grandma and grandpas are all planning on being at Central Methodist either today, and most likely we'll see him tomorrow as well. Leading the way for Park is Bryce Dye, 381 average, 8 homers, 28 RBIs. Pitching-wise, it's Allen West, 8-1, 2.42 ERA. I believe he'll probably pitch in game number 1 tomorrow afternoon with 12 walks and 87 strikeout. For Park University, that's Michael Hatton as well. I think it's Michael Hoffman, 1-1 with a 1-1 with an ERA at 3, 9 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Sports-wise going on today as well. Of course, softball, they are in Peru, Nebraska. And I believe that it was originally a 1, but they've been pushed to a 2 o'clock start time as well. Of course, baseball will be back here tomorrow. Concludes games 3 and 4 against Park University. Pregame show 12:45 p.m. First pitch at 1 o'clock. That's also part of the Senior Day weekend. And I believe they're, of course, talking with Nate Breland that they're going to have the ceremonies on Sunday as well. And I believe most likely in between games of the doubleheader as well. And then softball will be at Parkville, Kansas, taking on Park University as well. Other sports events going on there tonight. Of course, you got Game 3. The Stanley Cup playoffs, the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils go at it from Madison Square Garden. Game time 7 p.m. on ABC Sports. Of course, New York Rangers lead that series 2-0. They've outscored New Jersey in both games of the Stanley Cup playoffs 10-2 as well. That should be a fun one there as well. And that'll be the big matchup there on ABC television. If you look at the standings there in the South Division, Central Methodist 18-4, 28-12. Mid-American Nazarene 17-7, 24-17. Baker 15-8, 23-17. Benedictines 8-13, 13-24. Park 8-16, 14-24. While Missouri Valley 7-17, 11-27. Evangel 6-18, 21-21. In the North Division, Clark is 17-6, 24-12. Mount Mercy 16-8, 25-15. Grandview 12-8, 24-10. Culver Stockton 10-13, 14-25. Peru State 9-13, 12-19. William Penn 9-15, 21-18. And of course Graceland also in that number 7 spot, 9-15, 16-26 as well. So both teams after this weekend will have 4 games as well. Central Methodist will head to Canton on Friday, Saturday, take on Culver Stockton, while Park, they will host Missouri Valley on Friday, Saturday down in Kansas City as well. On an overcast day there, it looked like we had maybe a few flurries just come on down there, but it should be ready to go there as well. We'll go ahead and give you today's starting lineups there for Park University. Leading off, playing shortstop, Alex Rodriguez. Batting second, their right fielder is Yadiel Santana. Batting third, the first baseman, Bryce Dye. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Ricardo Hernandez. Batting fifth And playing right field and third base is Zane Morrow. Batting in the number 6 spot is their left fielder, Trent Turner. Batting 7, there's catcher, number 14, Casey Marichal. Batting 8, their second baseman, Kenneth Melendez. And batting 9th, their center fielder, Corey Bradford. Today's starting pitcher, it is number 7, Adam Stiltz, for head coach Kerry Ludy, as well as assistant coach Bill Salvi, who was the bullpen catcher for the Kansas City Royals from 1984 to 2002, along with Adam Clay and Angel Colon Alvarez. For your Central Methodist Eagles, and head coach Nate Breland, assistant coach Rob Ehlers, and Jordan Schwellenbach. Leading off playing center field, Bobby Nichols. Batting second, shortstop, Robbie Merced. Batting third, first baseman, Jeremy Conforti. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Tanner Sears. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Alan West. Batting sixth, their second baseman, Tommy Giarola. Batting seventh, left fielder, Joseph Weatherford. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Joey Fitzgerald Jr. And batting ninth is their catcher, Logan Howdy Doody. And today's starting pitcher for Central Methodist is Sebastian Escobar. Quentin Norris sitting in the catbird seat as well. And looks like I see that's Tristan West. That's Alan West, his dad, just a few feet down from me, making their way there. They're part of the senior weekend there. And it looks like the umpiring crew is all out there. I think they're going to meet at home plate, talk with the coaches, Nate Breland and Kerry Ludy as well. Should be a lot of fun today, an overcast day. It seems like just about the early part of the week, I think we were about 80 degrees as well. Now today, it looks like we'll probably be in the upper 40s and maybe touching 50 degrees maybe by the end of today's doubleheader as well. I see the fans are starting to file in on this senior weekend. That's Alan West's dad just saying hi to me up in the press box. Now you see Nate Breland and the home plate umpire. Of course, he's also the crew chief, and along with the other umpires, and I think they'll kind of converse. And then hopefully in a few moments we'll have our PI announcer Cameron will announce the starting lineups as well. 1 o'clock start time, but I think in a few minutes they'll probably have the lineups, the national anthem, and we'll have the first pitch going there as well on this Saturday, April the 22nd. It's Earth Day as well. And hopefully later on we'll get some updates on from Peru, Nebraska. Central Methodist, they are ranked number 21 in the polls there, while softball is number 18 there. Of course, softball, they have 6 games after tomorrow. They have 6 games left on their schedule. They go to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, take on Mount Mercy. 3 o'clock start time, even though they may be calling for rain, but I think most of that rain will be way south. I mean, south of the Highway 44 corridor as well. So they should have that game in, and then next Saturday they will host Bennett. Then next Friday they will play at Culver Stockton for a 1 o'clock start time, and then they'll host Benedictine as part of their senior day for a 1 p.m. start time as well. Pre-game show at 12:45 p.m. And you see the umpires meeting there at home plate on an overcast April 22nd. Feels like I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Feels like I'm at Wrigley Field or the old Comiskey Park. I remember the first time I remember seeing 40 degrees at Comiskey Park. I remember one time back in 1984 when Vin Scully dressed like Sherlock Holmes, Joe Garziola dressed like Dr. Watson. And that was a game of the week telecast between the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. And I remember Jack Morris threw a no-hitter. So now the umpires, they just like to talk it over, just making sure we got all the ground rules set. Making sure we're all set there. Making sure which is in fair territory, which is foul territory as well. Should be a lot of fun today here, as well here at Central Methodist University and the Estes Field, as they call it. Both teams still. It just seems like yesterday we were getting started down in San Antonio. Now the season is winding down. Of course, also this past Monday, of course, the Stanley Cup playoffs. Well, this has been a fun sports year. Especially this week, you had the Stanley Cup getting started there as well, and then I think Boston has a 2-1 lead over Florida in the Stanley Cup playoffs there as well. And I think New York Islanders defeated Carolina 5-1. Carolina still leads that series 2-1. I think Tampa Bay and Toronto, I think should be getting started later, should be getting started as well. I think that series is tied at 1 as well. Of course, in the Western Conference, I think you got Vegas and Winnipeg. I think they're playing this afternoon as well. And then you have another good matchup there. I think Minnesota and the Dallas Stars. I think Dallas is up 2-1 in that series there as well. Also, Seattle and Denver and the Colorado Avalanche, defending Stanley Cup champions. That series is tied at 1 as well. And also, probably another matchup, I think that should be very competitive to watch there as well. That will be the Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. I think Los Angeles leads that series 2-1. They won it in overtime last night down in Los Angeles. So we are about ready to get started. Both teams shake hands. And you see Coach Breland hugging the umpire. The only other time I remember seeing somebody do that was Tom Lasorda. I bet you Tom Lasorda has been doing that a number of times when he was the manager of the Dodgers back in the 70s. Or in a situation like that would be where Glenn Burke would high-five the umpires. I think he's done that. And I think that's right after he also high-fived Dusty Baker. So now both umpires there, and I think we should be ready to get going with the starting lineups, national anthem, and we should get ready for the first pitch there as well. Looks like that's Terry. Looks like that's Terry Tolliver's family here as well. There's Sebastian Escobar getting his last warm-up tosses there as well. Central Methodist, they can win at least 2 games this weekend. They can go for win number 30. And most importantly, get 20 wins in the conference. Bless you. Bless you. Welcome, welcome. Nate Breland and I think we're about ready to get started. And I think Cameron will have the PA announcing. Got the prayer and lineups, national anthem. We're ready to get started. Quentin Norris here today from Central Methodist University, Estes Field in Fayette, Missouri. As we'll go ahead and set the defense for you, sponsored by Commercial Trust Bank. Out in left field there, that's Joseph Weatherford. And center field, Bobby Nichols. Right fielder Alan West. At third base, Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Shortstop Robbie Merced. Second baseman Tommy Giarola. First baseman Jeremy Conforte. The catcher Logan Duty. Today's starting pitcher is Sebastian Escobar. 6-2, 3.51 ERA, 11 walks, and 57 strikeouts there. He is from a town of Montreal, Colombia. And of course, to give you the starting lineup here for Park, that's Alex Rodriguez, then Yandel Santana. Then number 22 is Bryce Dye. At third base is Ricardo Hernandez. That is Zane Morrow. Trent Turner. That's Casey Marichal, Kenneth Melendez, and Corey Bradford. Today's starting pitcher is Adam Stiltz there. So we got Rodriguez, Santana, Dye, Hernandez, Morrow, Turner, Rochelle, Melendez, Bradford. He has one more toss coming up there, and we should be getting ready to get started. Duty fires it down to second. As Alex Rodriguez up the bat. 317 hitter, no homers, 9 RBIs. He is from Parkville, which is where Park University is located at. Just north of Kansas City, up on 435, and just about 3 miles from Kansas City International Airport. Sebastian Escobar kicks and fires the first pitch. There's a strike call coming at 1:06 p.m. Temperature 44 degrees. The time and temperature sponsored by the Parking Spot. Easy to spot and easy to park. The Parking Spot here at Kansas City International Airport. And he fouls it off. Strike two. 0-2 the count on Alex Rodriguez. Escobar getting the sign from Logan Duty. Here's your 0-2 pitch. That's a pie. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Escobar kicks, fires. Ball 2, 2-2. 2-2 the count to Alex Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch. Lines a shot. I think Weatherford has the room to make the catch. So 1 out now for Yadiel Santana. 321 hitter, no homers, 21 RBIs. He is from Puerto Rico, I believe, in the same area where the great Roberto Clemente. And I think that's one of the reasons he's wearing 21 is because of Roberto Clemente's number when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1955 to 1972. Strike call there. Of course, outside PNC Park, you got the Clemente Bridge. That's 21 feet long. Strike two, and the right field wall is 21 feet there in honoring of Roberto Clemente. Of course, this August, he will have the Roberto Clemente Award. 0-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball to Robbie Merced. He throws over to Jeremy Conforte for out number 2. So 2 quick outs now for Bryce Dye, 381 hitter, 8 homers, 28 RBIs, the team's leading hitter. From Independence, around the Kansas City area. Sebastian Escobar's got the first 2 outs recorded. Here's the pitch to him. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. Just starting out with first pitch strikes. That's the way to do it. The 0-1 now. Nice stop there by Logan Duty, and the count is 1-1. 1-1 the count. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Now 1-2 into the Park University dugout. Park in the maroon uniforms, gold trim, gold numerals. Central Methodist, white uniform, green numerals, green trim. Birds on the bats. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. 2's across the board. Two pitch. Hits a high pop foul. That'll go out of play. 2-2 to count. Escobar getting the sign from Logan Duty. 2-2 pitch. Nice stop there, 3-2. Looks like that's Rob Ehlers' dad, Mike, making the long trip from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to Fayette, Missouri. 3-2 pitch. Fouls that one off, 3-2. Three new sets of baseball come into play. 3-2 the count. Your 3-2 pitch. Tipped it foul. Still alive. 3-2. Good hustle there by Logan Duty. Thought he caught it, but umpire said no. It's still 3-2. 2 outs, top of the first inning. Your 3-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Still 3-2. On deck, Ricardo Hernandez. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 calls. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Bottom of the first inning, no score here. We'll go ahead and set the defense for you there. Sponsored by Dairy Queen. Out in left field, Trent Turner. In center field, Corey Bradford. Yadiel Santana in right field. At third base, it is Zane Morrow. Shortstop, Alex Rodriguez. Second baseman, that is Kenneth Melendez. First baseman, that is their first baseman there, Bryce Dye. The catcher is Casey Marichal, and today's starting pitcher is number 7, Adam Stiltz. Adam Stiltz is 5-3, 4.98 ERA, 3 walks, and 41 strikeouts there. From Alton, Illinois. Of course, the most famous celebrity was Dwayne Staats, who was the voice of the Tampa Bay Rays. And, of course, I remember him several years ago. I think just about a year ago, he did his 1,000th Major League Baseball game. Started out doing the Cubs game back when they were on WGN television. I remember he would sub in for Harry Carey in the 4th inning. And did 4, 5, and 6 with Steve Stone as well. Of course, there is and then the other famous celebrity I think is a frequent visitor to Alton, Illinois, the great Mike Shannon, longtime radio announcer for the St. Louis Cardinals. So you got Nichols, Merced, and Conforti, Sears, West, Giorola, Weatherford, Fitzgerald, Jr., and Duty. Looks like he'll have one more toss coming onto the mound. So we're about ready to get started as Bobby Nichols will be the batter. 313 hitter, no homers, 15 RBIs from Detroit. And I'm sure his dad, Mike, is listening in. I always remember what a fine hitter there. First pitch to Nichols. Tries the bunt, and that's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 now. In about 47 minutes or so, Central Methodist softball will be taking on Peru State. The 0-1 now. Lines a shot. There's a base hit there for Bobby Nichols. First hit of the game there. Here's Robbie Merced, 407 hitter, 8 homers, 33 RBIs from Springfield. Of course, his dad, Orlando, played in the big leagues for 13 years with the Pirates, Cubs, and Expos. I want to say hi to his great-grandmother. Of course, his great-grandmother is Linda. His great-grandpa is Bill Verdon. First pitch to him. Lines a shot as over the second baseman's head. Nichols is headed for third. He'll be there easily. And I have a feeling that's a base hit all the way. So 2 straight hits there for Jeremy Conforti. 353 hitter, 7 homers, 38 RBIs on the year from Villa Park, Illinois, around the Chicago area. Hopefully we get a big inning, maybe put up a crooked number. Breland giving out the instructions. Coaching at third. Rob Ayers is the first base coach. First and third, nobody out. First pitch. So it's a high fly ball. That was definitely score. Bobby Nichols. Center fielder goes back, and it's gone. A 3-run homer. And suddenly Central Methodist has a 3-0 lead there on 3 straight hits there. And for Jeremy Conforti, that's his 8th of the year. RBI 39, 40, 41. And a quick 3-0 lead there. You wonder if they're like the Harvey's wall bangers back in the days of the Milwaukee Brewers under manager Harvey Keene. Tanner Sears, 368 hitter, 11 homers, 46 RBIs. First pitch to him. That's a ball. I was wondering if Harvey Keene is smiling down from heaven. The 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Tanner Sears. 2-0 pitch. Hits the ground ball to the third baseman. Throws over to first for out. Number 1 there. So 1 out now for Alan West. Of course, I had a great visit with Alan West. His dad, Tristan, is here as well. 413 hitter, 8 homers, 25 RBIs from Louisville, Texas. Around the Dallas area and that same area where the original Dallas show took place back in the 70s. Used to come on Friday nights at 8 o'clock with Larry Hagman. Right as the bunt is way on. The pitcher has it, throw the first, and there's 2 quick outs. Here is Tommy Giarola. 273 hitter, 2 homers, and 10 RBIs. He is from Torino, Italy. I always remember the area where the famous cartoon featuring Sylvester the Cat and the Tweety Bird. On the first pitch is a ground ball to the shortstop. And after a 3-run homer by Jeremy 40, 1-2, then next 3 outs recorded. So 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. No, not Tom. We're through 1. 3-0 Central Methodist on CMUEagles.com and the Hard American Conference Network. Let's see. 9. Oh, yeah. I'm just having... 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, no errors for Park. As Ricardo Hernandez up there. 330 hitter, 3 homers, 25 RBIs. Sebastian Escobar's got the first 3 outs recorded and has a 3-run lead to work with. I believe he did go, yes, sir, no question about it. Strike 1. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Ball, 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. Misses that one. 2-1. 2-1 to count. Who? Ricardo Hernandez. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball hit well into left center field. Nichols is there right in front of the warning track to make the catch. Boy, he runs down center field like Chet Lemon did for the Detroit Tigers back in the 80s. Was on the 84 team that won the World Series. Z Morrow, 390 hitter, 6 homers, 30 RBIs. First pitch to him. There's a strike call, 0-1 in the count. To Zane Morrow. 0-1 now. That's a ball, 1-1 now. Zane Morrow is from Parkville, Missouri. 1-1 to count. 2-1 to count. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 to count. 3-1 to count on Zane Morrow. Trent Turner on deck. 3-1 pitch. Hits the ground ball there, Conforti. He'll take it himself. 3 unassisted, 2 quick outs. Trent Turner, 311 hitter, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. Turner is from Glendale, Arizona. That's where the Arizona Cardinals. And of course, this past February, that was the Super Bowl. Fouls it off. Strike 1, Super Bowl 57, that is. Of course, won by the Kansas City Chiefs, who also opened that 2022 season in Glendale against the Arizona Cardinals. 1-1 to count. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 to count. And of course, Kansas City will be host of the NFL Draft this coming Thursday. Down in the downtown area of Kansas City. It's a 2-1 pitch, a ground ball. That's Merced. Makes the throw to Conforti for the third out. Another 1-2-3 inning. Goes Park. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Central Methodist. What the? Three runs, 3 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, no errors for Park. As Joseph Weatherford up there, 366 hitter, 8 homers, 30 RBIs from Flower Mound, Texas, around the Dallas area. Also came from line along with Allen West and I believe Logan Duty. First pitch to him. There's a strike call, 1-1 in the count. Followed by Joey Fitzgerald Jr. and, of course, Logan Howdy Doody. 0-1 now. Lines a shot to left. The left fielder's there for out number 1. Here's Joey Fitzgerald Jr., 239 hitter, 3 homers, 13 RBIs from beautiful town of Crystal Lake, Illinois. Remember going to that town, even though it's been 34 years since I've been to Crystal Lake, Illinois. Going there to see my Uncle Jim and Aunt Sharon. There's a strike call. I remember they had a beautiful lake out in that backyard. 0-1 now. Fouls it off, and we're playing a game of billiards out in the basement there. And that was also I think the first time I've ever been to Crystal Lake, I remember they had the famous Atari game was first introduced. 0-2 pitch. 1-2 the count. And I think the first game we ever played was table tennis. 1-2 pitch. It's a little chopper to the third baseman, has it? Throws over the first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs now for Logan Duty. 260 hitter, homer, and 14 RBIs. Logan Duty, homer and 14 RBIs, 260 hitter from Slidell, Louisiana, around the New Orleans area. The first pitch to him. There's a strike call, 0-1 now. No balls and 1 strike. Of course, his dad is Martin. Strike 2 there. I'm sure maybe I'll probably see Martin again either today or maybe tomorrow. 0-2 pitch. That's outside. 1-2 now with Bobby Nichols on deck. 3-0 Central Methodist on a 3-run homer by Jeremy Conforte. The 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2. On this senior weekend. Central Methodist 28-12. 18-4 in the conference. Park 14-24. 8-16. The 1-2. Nice stop there. 2-2. 2-2 the count on Logan Duty. 2-2 pitch. Way outside. 3-2. So he went from 0-2 to 3-2. Two pitch. That's ball 4 there. Good eye there by Logan Duty. So 2-out walk. And looks like a courtesy runner checking in there. That's Caden Doan. So Bobby Nichols started that first inning off with a single, then scored on the 3-run homer by Jeremy Conforte. First pitch to him. Lines a shot. There's a base hit there. Doan will stop at second. A 2-out single there. Here's Robbie Merced. He singled his first time up there. Merced singled. Looking forward to meeting his dad, Orlando. And, of course, the fun part's going to be signing a autographed baseball. And I brought, to let you know, I got 3 of them I brought with me. Time called. Check and make sure everything is all situated. Now a little conference action. So Doan is the courtesy runner for Logan Duty. He's at second on the walk. Bobby Nichols singled. He's at first. Softball will be getting started in about 33 minutes or so from Peru, Nebraska. First pitch to Merced. That's a strike call. 0-1 in the count. 0-1 in the count. 0-1 pitch. That's a ball. 2-0. 1-1 in the count there. One and one in the count. Of course, the next FL game should be getting started as well about 2 o'clock. DC and San Antonio. 1-1. Little fish job there. Second baseman has it. Could he beat it out? Yes, he did. That is outstanding hustle there by Robbie Merced. That was a tough play there. Jeremy Conforte hit a 3-run homer that went over the center field wall. That made it 3-0 there. So the bases loaded full Eagles. First pitch to him. That is a ball, 1-0 to count. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch hits the ground ball to the shortstop. They'll go to second. Not in time. Good hustle there by Robbie Merced. And scoring is Caden Doan. That'll be an RBI. That's 4 RBIs already. As Tanner Sears, he grounded out his first time up. So the bases are still loaded. Sears grounded out the third, his first time up. 4-0 Central Methodist. First pitch to him. Popped it up. And it's a foul ball. Strike one. I have a feeling that's going to be scored as a fielder's choice, and I think Tim Crowley will agree along with Dylan, but we'll know more at the end of the half inning. But it's an RBI. He has 42 already. Because it looked like it was the shortstop trying to go to second for the sure out. Lines it, base hit there. Nichols will score. Merced will score. And it's 7-0 now. Conforti hits for third. 2 RBIs. There's Alan West. He grinded out the pitcher. That was when he tried to get on first with the bunt. Sears at first with 2 RBIs. Sears has 48 on here. That's the team leader. First pitch to him. Swings and misses. Strike one. Of course, Alan West will probably pitch in game number 1 tomorrow afternoon with a 1 o'clock start time. 0-1 to Alan West. 0-1 now. Hits the chopper to the third baseman. Shortstop has it. Throws over the first. Not in time. That's an infield hit for Alan West. And suddenly, it's 7-0 now. Boy, the bats have come alive. West has 26 RBIs on the year. Here's Tommy Giarola, the 9th man to bat. He rounded out to the shortstop. 4 runs already this inning. On 4 hits, there's an error. I believe that was on that shortstop when Jeremy Conforti. Strike call. Joseph Weatherford on deck. 0-1 to count. All the runs came after with 2 outs. The 0-1 now. Chops a foul. 0-2 into the Central Methodist dugout. On Tommy Giarola. 0-2 the count. The 0-2. Strike 3 call. So 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. Central Methodist 7 and Park nothing. Okay. There's Casey Marichelle. 245 hitter, homer, 6 RBIs. No, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, and an error for Park. First pitch to him. Hits a ground ball. Knocks it down. Let's see, I believe that'll be a base hit all the way. I believe that's going to count as. That was a tough play anyway. But a great effort there by Bo Fitzgerald Jr. and Robbie Merced. There's Kenneth Melendez, 233 hitter, 2 homers, 17 RBIs from Puerto Rico. So, a 7-0 lead, 3 in the first, 4 more in the second. The first pitch to him. That is a ball, 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Sebastian Escobar has a 7-run lead to work with. The 1-0, nice stop by Logan Duty, 2-0 to count. Two balls and no strikes. Marichal at first. Lines a shot. Nice job by Giroux. They'll go second for one the first. That is a pitcher's best friend, ladies and gentlemen. A 4-6-3 double play. So 2 quick outs now. And here is Corey Bradford. 271 hitter, no homers, 4 RBIs from Kansas City. First pitch to him. Oh, there's a beautiful pitch. Good job of framing, as Joe Garagiola would say on NBC television, along with Tony Kubek. 0-1 to count. Fouls it off. Strike 2. Alex Rodriguez on deck. So 2 quick outs on the double play. 0-2 pitch. Cues it off the pole there. 0-2 the count. Your 0-2 pitch. Lines it fouled. That went off the light poles there. 0-2 on Corey Bradford. 0-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. Oh, 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Nice pitch there. Strike 3 called. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And, of course, no one let on. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Central Methodist 7, Park 0. I think softball. Oh, okay. Well, you have to wait till the if perfect. Perfect. Okay. For 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, no runs, 1 hit and error for Park. As Joseph Weatherford up there. He flew out to left field his first time up. From Flower Mound, Texas. Same area where the great TV show of Dallas used to take place at back in the 1970s and 80s. at Larry Hagman. They hung out at a place called South Fork. Strike one. Always remember that show there. Oh, hey, Ozzy. 0-1 to count. 0-1. That's a ball. 1-1 now. 1-1 to count on Joseph Weatherford. Hits a little chopper to the first baseman. He'll throw over to first for out number 1. So 1 out now for Joey Fitzgerald Jr. He grounded out to third his first time up. First pitch to him. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. There's 2 quick outs. 3 unassisted. And here's Logan Duty. He drew a walk his first time up. Then, of course, Caden Dunn was the courtesy runner. And, of course, scored part of that 4-run second inning. As Logan Howdy Doody. Of course, got a great visit with him. First pitch to him. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count on Logan Duty. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Bobby Nichols on deck. They're playing Duty more toward right. Swings and misses. 1-2. That looks like Steve Ruckman. That's Gannon Ruckman's dad, just heading toward the front row seats. 2-2 to count. Oh, 2-2 pitch. 3-2 to count. About 19 minutes from now, I think Central Methodist softball takes on Peru State. Central Methodist softball, I think, could be on the verge of getting the number 1 seed in the softball tournament. And a second straight walk there for Logan Doody. There's Bobby Nichols, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Caden Doan, the courtesy runner. Plays center field, of course. Along with Chet Lemon, another famous one they had back in the mid-70s was a guy named Ron LaFleur. And he was a fast little runner for the Detroit Tigers. He was the starting center fielder for the Tigers when they played the New York Yankees on Monday Night Baseball. It's the ground ball. They'll go the short way for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Central Methodist 7. And Park nothing. Okay. See some. Hopefully, get some NHL scores. I think yeah. Well, I'm a big the Stanley Cup. Okay, let's see here. Let me check something here. Oh my, St. Louis is leading. Seven runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, no runs, 1 hit and error for Park. Of course, in the XFL, St. Louis is leading Orlando 45-20 about 7 minutes ago in the 4th quarter. In the 4th quarter, New Orleans in the USFL, New Orleans leads Houston 24-17. 13:46 to go now down in Birmingham. Ball one there to Alex Rodriguez, who flew out to Joseph Weatherford. The 1-0. Strike, 1-1 now. The first match of the Stanley Cup playoffs will be getting started at 3 p.m. on TNT. That's Vegas and Winnipeg, Game 3 there. Of course, Game 4 will be Monday night, 8:30 p.m. on ESPN. Here's the pitch. 2-1 pitch is a ground ball. Conforte says, I'll take care of it. And there is out number 1 there. So 1 out now. For Yadiel Santana. Ground out to Robbie Merced, his first time up. First pitch to him. Tries the bunt. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and miss. As Bob Uecker, as Harry Doyle would say in the movie Major League. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Top of the 4th inning. Central Methodist leads it 7-0. Quentin Norris on the catbird seat. The 1-1. That's a ball. 2-1 to count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Overcast. Temperature should be heading toward the upper 40s there. Maybe some 50s. 2-1 pitch. That is 2-2 to count. I think the area that could see the 50s will be around the Lake of the Ozarks area. And I think that area could be seeing the mid-50s. 2-2 to count. According to what Channel 8 said last night. 2-2 pitch. Lines a shot. And Joseph Weatherford will play on the bounce. So 1 out hit there. Second hit of the game for Park. Bryce Dye struck out his first time up. Escobar will work from the stretch position. First pitch to him. And the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to Bryce Dye. The 1-0. Oh, nice stop by Logan Duty. 2 balls and no strikes. Game 3 and 4 tomorrow. Pre-game show 12:45 p.m. 1 o'clock there, and it's also part of the senior day. Senior weekend. 2-0 pitch. Hits a fly ball to left field. That is off the green monster. That's a foul ball. Just by an eyelash. 2-1 the count. That was hitting toward the deepest part of left field. Looked like, if you compare it to Fenway Park in Boston. The difference would be if it was Fenway Park, the field would have been a little bit narrower. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. That's a foul ball. 2-2. Or also known as George Foster's neighborhood. And I believe that was the same area George Foster made a catch on in the 9th inning of Game 6 of the 1975 World Series. 2-2 the count on Bryce Dye. Santana's at first with the single. 2-2 pitch. Hits the foul ball. Still 2-2. Two and two, the count. Misses inside. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Santana first. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. So now first and second and 1 out now. There's Ricardo Hernandez. He flew out to Bobby Nichols. Made a catch right in front of the warning track. Seven nothing Central Methodist. Top of the 4th inning. Escobar works on the stretch. Just needs to talk to the baseball. Pitch to him. It's the ground ball foul. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Now we talk to the baseball, but point to Logan Duty, just like Mark the Bird Fidrich used to do for the Detroit Tigers. The 0-1 now. It's a little squibber foul. 0-2. 0-2 the count. To Bryce Ricardo Hernandez. 0-2 the count. First and second, 1 out the 0-2. Nice stop there by Logan Duty. Or as Vin Scully would call it, a showcase pitch. Trying to get the batter to swing and miss out of the strike zone. 1-2 the count. Santana's at second, dies at first. 1-2 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3 called. So 2 outs now. And that's his 3rd strikeout of the day. For Zane Morrow. He grounded out to the first baseman, Jeremy Conforte. Where's number 23? Like another famous first baseman that wore 23, Don Mattingly, who this week had his 62nd birthday. And a foul ball, strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count on Zane Morrow. 0-1 to Zane Morrow. 0-1 pitch. That's a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes on Zane Morrow. Zayne. 1-2 pitch. Chops it on foul. One and two the count. The 1-2 pitch. It's a little chopper. Escobar has it. He'll throw over to Jeremy Conforte for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors, and they leave 2. We are halfway home. Central Methodist 7 and Park nothing.
School.
Seven runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and error for Park. Has Robbie Merced up there, 2 for 2 on today. Of course, from Springfield, well, the great Bob Barker, who you remember used to host The Price is Right from 1972 to 2007. The first pitch to him. He cues that one foul. Oh, and 1 to count to Robbie Merced. Of course, his dad, Orlando. There's the ball, 1-1. His mom's name is Shannon. And he has a sister named Chloe, who is a softball player at Missouri State. 1-1 now. Swings and misses, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Robbie Merced. The 1-2, and that's 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, so 1 out now. For Jeremy Conforti, 1 for 2 with a homer, 4 RBIs. That ruling on that play by Conforti when he hit the grounder to short, that was ruled the fielder's choice, according to what our scorekeeper Dylan told me at the end of the second inning. There's a strike, 0-1 now. 4 RBIs, 42 on the year. He, Alan West, and Robbie Merced are tied for second with 8. Tanner Sears leads the way with 11. 1-1 to count. On Jeremy Conforti from Villa Park, Illinois, around the Chicago area. I think that hit him. Yes, sir, he did. He was trying to get out of the way. He'll go down to first base. Here's Tanner Sears. 1 for 2 with a single, 2 RBIs. He has 48. Leads the team in RBIs with 48. Of course, his mom is Shelly. I just saw her a few moments ago, along with his dad, Kurt, his sister, Tori, and their friends. Oh, that hit him, too. The old Don Drysdale approach to it. When Don Drysdale was pitching for the Dodgers, he always had an approach, like if one of his Dodger teammates get hit, he always hits 2. As Alan West up there, 1 for 2 with a single. 26 RBIs on the year. Of course, his dad is Tristan. Of course, if you remember, 20 days ago, Alan West threw a no-hitter against Benedictine. And I'm sure everybody in Louisville was on cloud 9. It's a little fly ball there. Right fielder comes in. That is a fair ball. Oh, it's a foul ball. Well, it was a tough angle from where I'm at. It looked like it was going to hit the right field line, and that was going to score Jeremy Conforti. But instead, it's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 to count on Alan West. 0-1 to count. First and second, 1 out. And that is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 on Alan West. Conforti's at second. Sears at first. 7-0 Central Methodist. The 1-1. That's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Tommy Gianrola on deck. 0-2 now. 0-2 on Ellen West. Here's the one. Now 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on Allen West. One, two, 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Lines a cue shot. That's a base hit there. Conforti is being waved around. He will score. And in the third is Tanner Sears to make it 8-0. Second RBI of the day, 27 on the year. Here's Tommy Girola, 0 for 2 on the day. Girola, 0 for 2. At third base is Tanner Sears. First base, Allen West. And that's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, missed inside. 1-1. 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes on Tommy Girola. Joseph Weatherford on deck. 2-0 pitch. 3-0 to count. You wonder if Nate Braylon could pull the old double steal off. Just like what Tim McCarver did back in Game 7 of the 1964 World Series. The 3-0. And now the bases are loaded full of Eagles. For Joseph Weatherford. 0 for 2 on the day. So at third is Tanner Sears. Allen West is at second. Tommy Girola first base. 8-0 Central Methodist. Bases loaded. Infield in at the corners. There's a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 now. 0-1 the count on Girola. Infield in the middle, playing that normal depth. The 0-1 now. It's a fly ball, hit well in the right center field. That maybe it's off the wall there. Sears will score. West will score. Girola is being waved around. He's going to score, and it's 11-0 Central Methodist on a 3-run double. And for Joseph Weatherford, that's his 33rd RBI of the year. It looks like maybe time has been called for. So after the conference action is done, 11-0 Central Methodist. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the 4th. For 2 with 2 groundouts. First pitch. Hits the ground ball to the second baseman. He has it. Throws over the first. Nice scoop by the first baseman for out number 2. And at third base is Joseph Weatherford. as Vin Scully will say, that's a very productive out. Here's Logan Duty, 0. He's made it bat twice and got 2 walks. Looks like there is activity in the Park University bullpen. There's a strike, 0-1 in the count. Weatherford at third. Here's the 0-1. Oh, ball 1-1 in the count. 1-1 in the count. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Logan Duty. 2-1 pitch. Lines a shot. That is a base hit there. Weatherford will score to make it 12-0. And for Logan Duty, that's his 15th RBI of the year. And Caden Doan is the courtesy runner. Here's Bobby Nichols. 2 for 3, 2 singles. And now it looks like we'll have to make a pitching change because that will be the second visit to the mound this inning. And usually that's when they will make the pitching change. They're going to take a time out there. Central Methodist 12, Park 0. Hmm, 37. So Logan Weaver, the new pitcher on the mound, 0-0, ERA is 0, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. From Millstadt, Illinois. So 3 2/3 from today's starting pitcher, Adam Stiltz. So Bobby Nichols up the bat, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. This is his 4th at bat, and we're already in the bottom of the 4th inning. Five big runs on 3 hits so far. First pitch to him. Hits a little chopper to the third baseman. Lets it roll fair, and the throw to first. Not in time. Good hustle there by Bobby Nichols. 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Here's Robbie Merced. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And he also struck out his last time up to start the 4th inning. First and second. 2 outs. First pitch. Oh, that gets away from there. And that's a pass ball there. Fly ball. Let's see, it's center fielder makes the catch. Fly over now. 5 runs, 4 hits. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Reason I had to take my helmet off because my hat fell off and I was running sure I got my hat. Yeah. 5 runs. That's called a. Now that's called a. Oh, don't worry, man. I don't think so. Seems like you're always busy. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for Park. As Trent Turner up the bat. He grounded out to Robbie Merced, his first time up here. Escobar's cruising right along. First pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes on Trent Turner. The 1-0. I thought that's a strike, but it is a ball. 2-0 the count. Should be getting underway down in Peru, Nebraska, between Central Methodist and Peru State. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike on Trent Turner. It's a fly ball there, and that will go foul. 2-2 to count. Two balls and 2 strikes on Trent Turner. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball there. I think Allen West may have some room for it. Makes the catch for out number 1. He's got 3 in a row retired. Here's Casey Marichal. He singled his first time up. It looks like Jordan Schwellenbach is working on the catcher of Logan Duty. First pitch to him. It's a high fly ball, and that will go foul. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. It's a high fly ball there, and I think maybe Giarola or West. It's Giarola makes the catch for 2 quick outs there. Had the battle of the wind and makes the catch. 2 quick outs now. for Kenny Melendez. He hit into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. 12-0, 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for Park. The pitch to him. Oh, there's the curveball, strike 1. 0-1 now. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. 1-2-3 inning. Goes Park. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 12. Park nothing. What's that one? That's a... Well, okay. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for Park University. And it's Jeremy Conforte up there. 1 for 2 with a single, with a homer, 4 RBIs on the day. That home run came in the first inning. They gave Central Methodist a 3-run lead. And added 4 more in the second, and then 5 in the fourth. And the first pitch to him. There's a strike call, 1-1 now. 0-1 in the count. Now the 0-1. That's a ball, 1-1 now. Tanner Sears on deck. 1-1 to count the 1-1. Lines a shot. That's a base hit. 12th hit of the game for Central Methodist. Looks like a courtesy runner. Looks like Trey Rosenflos. And we may see him play first base the rest of the first game of the doubleheader. Usually comes in on defensive purposes around the 7th inning. Here's Sears, 1 for 2 with a single and 2 RBIs. He was hit by a pitch his last time up and scored part of that 5-run 4th inning. The first pitch hits the ground ball to third. They'll go to second for 1. Oh, it gets away from there. And Rosenflos will head for third. I have a feeling that will be an error on the third baseman. So first and third, and nobody out for Allen West. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 RBIs on the day. Of course, after the first game is done, we'll have a 25-minute break. First and third, and the first pitch. That is a ball, 1-0 to count to Allen West. Had a great visit with him right before the pregame show. Rosenflos is at first. The courtesy runner for Jeremy Conforte, and it's 2-0 to count. Tanner Sears is at first. 2-0 to count to Allen West. That is a ball, 3-0 to count to Allen West. Tommy Giarola on deck. 3-0 pitch. And that's ball 4. So now the bases are loaded full of Eagles. For Tommy Giarola, 0 for 2, drew a walk his last time up, and scored the run. Third base is Trey Rosenflow, the courtesy runner for Jimmy Conforte. Second base, Tanner Sears, West at first. The pitch to him. It's a high fly ball that may go out of play. And that's a strike call. 0-1 in the count. On one to count. On Tommy Giarola. The 0-1. Nice stop there, 1-1. One and one to count to Tommy Giarola. 1-1 pitch. Oh, nice stop there. 2-0 to count. Two and 0 to count to Tommy Giarola. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth inning, 12-0 Central Methodist. On a hit, error, and walk. 2-1 pitch to him. Now it's 3-1. Still nobody out with Joseph Weatherford on deck. One pitch. Lines it. That's a fair ball. Conforti will score. That's actually Rosenfloss. Sears will score. And the third base is West. And the second is Tommy Giarola. And it's now 14-0 Central Methodist. Weatherford 1 for 3 with a double and 3 RBIs on today. For Giarola, that's number 12 on the year. So we'll take a timeout here, and Central Methodist up to a 14-0 lead there. Thanks very much, then. Anyone with a home run so far for softball?
Yeah, Madison White.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. And well, you know me. I just because he's thinking of 5-0. You know, okay, somebody's got at least. I just gonna wait until who's that new pitcher there. Bresh Sheen, 004.50 ERA, homer and 3 RBI. Oh, one walk, 3 strikeouts on the year. Central Methodist leading in the softball game 5-0. Top of the second inning, 3-run shot by Madison White. And I believe all 5 runs came in the first inning. So a good start for the softball team. Softball trying to go for win number 27 on the year. But most importantly, 14-3 in the conference there. Trying to hang on to probably getting the overall 1 seed in the softball tournament. And about a couple of weeks from now, down in Baldwin City, Kansas. That's what I. So Weatherford, the batter. So at third is Alan West. Second baseman, Tommy Giarola. Joey Fitzgerald on deck. Junior on deck. And there's still no one out. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. 1-0 to count. 14-0 Central Methodist. Looks like we may see some Dodger blue skies popping in. It was an overcast day to start. It's a fly ball there. I don't know if that's deep enough, but not far enough to advance Alan West. So 1 out now for Joey Fitzgerald Jr. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Fitzgerald Jr. is a batter. Second and third, 1 out. There is activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. That's up high, just trying to get some innings work. Oh, that's Sebastian Escobar. He's just warming up there, getting some warm-up tosses in there. And why not? 14-0. The 1-0. Ball 2 on this, my 2000th Central Methodist game in my 30-year career in broadcasting. And the 1200th baseball game. The 2-0. Fouls it off. 2-1 now. Two and 1 in the count. 2-1 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2 with Logan Duty on deck. I know keep me posted on the softball game with Peru State. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Oh, that's 3-2 now. 3-2 the count. And I want to say Jordan Ball's pitching today for Central Methodist. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. 3-2. Heading toward the parking lots. Is that who's pitching for us, Jordan, or is that someone else?
I'm looking right now.
Oh, okay. That's my educated guess.
Yes, it is Jordan.
Okay. 3-2 pitch. It's a little cue shot up the middle. Base hit there. West will score. And I think Giarola will come on in and score to make it 16-0. Well, and Fitzgerald Jr. has 15 RBIs. As Khalil Thrasher is going to be hitting for Logan Duty. Khalil has a .311 hitter, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. Just to let you know, Caitlin, my educated guess is not perfect.
Not always.
I know. That was a guess.
That's who's pitching now.
Okay. Okay, and I bet you game 2 is a Haley Ferris?
I would bet so, but we'll see.
Okay. Did I got her first name pronounced correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Haley, okay. Throws over there to check on Joey Fitzgerald Jr. 16-0. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 5 in the third, actually 5 in the fourth, and now 4 in the fifth. The 1-0. Ooh, inside. 2-0 to count. Thrasher is from Eudora, Kansas. I would say that's in somewhere around the, I think he was telling me around the Manhattan area. 2-0 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Right fielder we'll call for it, makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Bobby Nichols, 3 for 4, 3 singles on the day. The 8th man to bat this inning. First pitch to him. Well, that gets away from there. Fitzgerald Jr. will go second. That will be a pass ball. So Nichols at bat. Fitzgerald Jr. is at second. 16 to nothing. On just 4 hits. The first, the 1-0. Chops it foul. Nice save there by Nate Breland. 1-1 to count. Good job there by Nate Breland, the third base coach. 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 now. Fitzgerald Jr.'s at second. He drove in 2 big runs with the single. Gave them 15 on the year. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. That's a foul ball. Jordan Bell is pitching today. Of course, 3 weeks ago today, she threw a no-hitter against Mid-America Nazarene. And then a week later, she had 17 strikeouts in a 10-inning game against Evangel. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. There's a little pop-up there. First baseman will call for the third out. So 4 big runs on just 3 hits. Just 1 error. And they leave 1. We head to the 6th inning. Central Methodist 16. Park 0. There we go. That's why I made this a little strategy. That's okay. Oh, okay. Now let me tell you something. That's a... Let me see. You know that? So he was... 16 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors for Park University. As Corey Bradford comes to bat. He struck out his very first time up the bat in the 3rd inning. Escobar delivers the first pitch. It's a high fly ball there. That may go out of play. And it's strike 1. 0-1 to count. A little past 2:30 there on this Saturday, April the 22nd. St. Louis defeated Orlando 53-28. So St. Louis Finished out the year 7-3. Strike two, 0-2 the count on Corey Redford. 0-2 the count. Another strike three, so strike three, one down now. 6 in a row retired by Sebastian Escobar. There's Alex Rodriguez, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 now. Oh and 1, now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouls it to the screen, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Strike three call, so 2 quick outs now. Six strikeouts. Here's Yadiel Santana, 1 for 2 with the single. 7 in a row retired. And the pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. 1-0 pitch. Hits the fly ball. I think that is their left fielder. That's Terry Tolliver Jr. makes the catch for the third out. 1-2-3 inning goes Park. We head to the 6th inning. Central Methodist 16. Park nothing on CMUEagles.com. I believe that is turn. That is his. You know. All right. Thank you so much. Hey. Your 3-0 pitch. And another time. That's the second time Tanner Sears has been hit by a pitch. Here's Alan West. 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 2 RBIs. 27 RBIs on the year. First pitch to Alan West. There's the curveball, strike one. 0-1 the count. 0-1 on Alan West. The 0-1. Missed inside, 1-1. On deck is, that's Keaton Doan on that. Of course, he may get the bat for Tommy Giarola. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. There's the curve, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Alan West. You may say a fun sports Saturday. 1-2 pitch. Hits a high pop fly there. Third baseman will call for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. We head to the 7th inning. Central Methodist 16. Park nothing. That's Bill. That's what I thought. So a new pitcher on the mound, Alexander Billow. He is from Winter Haven, Florida. 0.07.62 ERA, 8 walks, and 11 strikeouts on the year. Central Methodist, 16 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Park, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. So 6 good innings for Sebastian Escobar. And I believe Clayton Burke will get the start in game number 2, according to what Jordan Schwallenbach told me that right before the pregame show. Now they want to change gloves there. So if everything goes according to plan, we may start maybe a few minutes before 3:30. And that's how you celebrate your 2000 Central Methodist game, and the 1200 baseball game is a Central Methodist victory. As Bryce Dye up there, 0 for 1, struck out, drew a walk his last time up in the 4th inning. First pitch from Alexander Billow. Hits the ground ball. I think that's Caden Doan just coming in to play second. Throws over to Trey. Flows for out number 1. So, as Vince Scully would say it, 1 pitch, 1 out. Yeah, Caden Doan's the second baseman. Trey Rosenflos, first base. Ricardo Hernandez, 0 for 2. Everybody's saying, I think Terry Tolliver Jr. is in left field. The first pitch to him. That is a strike call. 0-1 the count. No balls and 1 strike to Ricardo Hernandez. The 0-1. Lines it foul. 0-2. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 5 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth, 4 in the fifth. 0-2. Your 0-2 pitch. Oh, nice stop there. I think that's Logan Duty still in his catcher. One and 2 the count. Your 1-2 pitch. Nice job there. I think Doan has it. Could he get Hernandez? Yes, he can. Great job there. 2 quick outs now for Zane Morrow. 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. 1 to Jeremy Conforte, and then in the 4th to Sebastian Escobar. Nice crowd on senior weekend. And the first pitch. There's a strike call. 0-1 now. So far, the pitching staff have retired the last 10 hitters. Strike 2. 0-2. So strike away there. 0-2 pitch. 1 and 2 just to increase the tension. 1 and 2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and ladies and gentlemen, as Jack Buck would say it, that's the winner, folks. Central Methodist wins the first game. The final score is 16 to nothing. 16 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors for Park. Central Methodist with the victory. They're now 29-12. 19-4 in the conference. Park will go to 14-25. 8-17 in the conference as well. A good way to start to celebrate my 2000th Central Methodist game is a victory for Central Methodist baseball. We'll have game number 2 for you in about maybe 25 minutes or so here on CMUEagles.com. Quentin Norris says so long. We'll see you in about 25 minutes.